Hello everybody and welcome to my TMA account. This is my own personal account. I got to show you something I think is pretty cool. I love mountain biking. It's my single best way to maintain some aerobic fitness, some endurance, and I do it, one, because I like it, but mostly because it makes me last longer on my dual sport and adventure bike and my dirt bike, right? So what role does TMA have when it comes to mountain bikes? Well, none really, but I want to take advantage of some of the functionality here. So you're seeing there in my garage, let's point to it, that my mountain bike is in there. I'm going to go to my garage right now. There we go. The first thing you should notice that it's private. I'm the only person who can see that this bike exists at all. That's pretty cool. The other ones are all public. You guys can see them. I'm going to go into I called it my pivot cross trainer because it's a pivot bike. It's actually a switchblade, but I'm cross training for all of my endurance stuff, right? So let's grab my head and chuck it over here. It's in the way. As I move down, you can see I added a picture just so I had something. I have 3 journal entries. This is pretty cool. So I have been on 3 rides so far. It's now March 1st. I've been recording them, partially to test the app, but also because there's going to be some cool stuff coming pretty soon, and mostly because I'm doing this in the first place because I want to keep track on how many rides I go on. So I think, well, we'll check my goals in just a minute, but I go out, I pedal, I record, I take pictures. Of course, I'm trying to break the app so you guys don't have to. But then when I submit it, because the bike is private, all those records are private. You're not seeing Scott go out and ride his mountain bike. I'm not saying you have to do this for your mountain bike. But if you have a motorbike, and you're just like, look, I am not a social media person, but I like the functionality. We've got you covered. Because just put your bikes in the system, mark them as private. You can use the whole software piece and never share a damn thing. All right? I think that's really cool. I think a lot of sledders and snowbikers will appreciate that. Like, hey, I like to know where I go and have the records and the statistics and all that stuff, but I don't want to share. I don't want people showing up in my riding area, right? Okay, so these are my rides. Just in case you're not that familiar with TMA, these are called cards. There's 1, 2, 3 cards. And these little indications show what's inside that container. So yes, I have a difficulty rating. I do have a route in there. If we wanted to go and look at the map, we could. And I do have a photo. And you can see that I've done that for each of these. This one just doesn't have a photo. Okay, you guys don't need to go inside there and look. Over here, I'm going to have goals. It's a very simple page, but I've set a goal of riding 50 times this year. So every time I record a ride with TMA mobile, wherever my phone is, then it counts against that and it shows me my progress. Something I want to do inside of here that we can do elsewhere is I can see everywhere I've ridden this bike this year or ever. It's really cool. In fact, I'll just quickly show you because why not? Hey, I got your attention for a moment here. Okay, everything's collapsed right now, so I'm just going to expand everything. Boom. I'm not sure why that happened. That might be a little bug right there. Inside of, well, I can go into my journal. I'll do it this way. We did make a minor change here. Each one of these headings is now a link to the default view. So what you'd normally see. So I'm going to click on that. You're just going to see my journal entries, all of them. You can see some of them are private, public, and so on. As I'm testing out the Honda Monkey, which is hilarious. Okay, here's the magic button. This will switch from card view to map view. And I love this. Watch this. Boom. I have hundreds of rides recorded in here between dirt bikes, dual sport bikes, adventure bikes, and a little bit my Jeep. It starts off with a heat map. Remember, this is my heat map. This is where I ride. So if we wanted to, we could see, oh yeah, we go down to the States and there's some in Moab and even down in Baja. I'm going to zoom in, just using my trackpad. I'm going to pinch a little bit or whatever the opposite of pinch is. It's going to take a second and all of a sudden, boom, there's everywhere I've ever ridden. Now I can use this filter tool on the right-hand side to change that, just like where did I ride in 2024 or maybe just this year. That's kind of a cool idea. It's going to redraw the map, and it's funny because it's zoomed out too much. Remember, these are my mountain bike rides here. So there's where I've been mountain biking. And then if we look over here, well, actually that's a Jeep ride. I can click on these too. I didn't mention that. Click on them and a card will come up on the side. There's Twisted Steel, our famous adventure biking route done in the Jeeps. And then if I were to go way over here, you will see, I'm going too far. Anyways, you would see where we snow bike. That would also be here. All right, enough of that. I wanted to show you that you can see everywhere you've ridden a particular motorcycle by going to this map. And that's what you can do right down here. So I'm running a filter right now, 2025, and then I could further refine that by clicking on the name of the motorcycle. So at some point we'll get that right inside the garage as well. So if you want to set goals for your motorcycle or your mountain bike or whatever it might be, I hope I showed you like that it can be done, that you should do it, and it is pretty cool. Maybe it'll help you get motivated to get out there and do more, whether it's for fitness or for fun or for both. I hope you like the new TMA. It's coming along. We're cruising. Glad to have you here.